Hey guys, so yeah, it's the first Friday of December 2nd, 2022. TGIF to all of you. We are basically 22 and a half days away from Christmas. That's hard to believe. And already things are starting to pick up a little bit as we go on. Now, I wanted to come on here because, well, I wanted to give you a December channel update to let you know what's going to be going on. I do apologize if I sound a little weird. I don't have a cold. It's just that I got a little sinus. Well, I wouldn't say sinus. It's basically you could say it's a bit of thanks to the cold weather, it's a bit of a nasal drippage, if you will. I mean, I'm not sick or anything. It's just, it's, how the cold weather affects you and everything. You get stuffed up and all that. Not because you got a cold or anything, but because it's basically your nose is kind of like dripping due to the fact that you're trying to stay warm, and it's causing, I guess, a bit of an after effect or something. Anyway, like I said, I wanted to come on here, give you a bit of a channel update as to what is going on. Now, tomorrow, what's interesting about tomorrow is that originally I was supposed to go in at about 1:15 and then get off at 5:45. Or at 1 o'clock, get off at 1:45, basically around that time frame. I think 1 o'clock. No, actually it was 1:05. It was 1 o'clock to 5:45, because when they would schedule me 1:15 on a Saturday, I would get off at 6 o'clock. So basically logging in about 4 hours 45 minutes or something like that. Anyway, the reason I bring that up is because today, one of my friendly managers came up to me and asked me if I could come in and work instead 11:15 to 3. I'm like, sure, no problem whatsoever. And she thanked me for that and everything. I think she said 11 to 3:15 or something like that. I gotta look at on the schedule. They readjusted it, so I have to check it out again. But yeah, basically about 11:15, something like that, to 3. And like I said, they kind of readjusted it, and I was surprised by that. But here's what I'm thinking too. I'm thinking, wait a minute, 11:15 to 1:15 is 2 hours, and are they just doing 3.5 hours? What's going on here? Is it 3:30? I think it's 3:30. It has to be 3:30 or 3:15 or something like that. No, I think it is. I think it's 11:15 to 3:30. I think that's what it is. It's good enough for me. Plenty of time, if you will. Again, I have to double check. But yeah, they changed it, and it's due to the fact that we're hiring in people for the season, as well as if not on a permanent basis. So they're basically saying, hey, let's keep people on these schedules, but also let's kind of reduce the schedule. Let's kind of change it up a little bit so that it works better with them. And I think what's going on is, hopefully he's finally looked at the bus schedule I gave him, and he's probably realizing, like, oh shoot, he has to get his bus at this time because dollar ride, well, not dollar ride, but the Lyft and Uber, they cost an arm and a leg. And that's the truth. They cost an arm and a leg. There's no doubt about it. I mean, for example, if you will, as I try to get this changed a little bit. There we go. Oh, it's because the truck's coming by. Hold on. But anyway, for example, basically, last Saturday, the Lyft cost me from Turlock to Newman it cost me about $39 something. Now, of course, I know it was Thanksgiving weekend, and people charge a little bit more, but still, it cost me that. You know, cost me about that much. Last weekend as well, potentially. As well. Actually, when I think about it, it cost me basically that much not just last weekend, but the weekend after as well. So yeah, it was. It was a pain in the pocket. But what are you gonna do? Anyway. I won't have to worry about that tomorrow. At least I don't think I will. Because if I'm off at 3:30, then all I have to do is wait for a little over an hour or so to get on the bus. Because the bus does arrive on 4:54 or something like that. So I'll see what happens. Basically, as we move into tomorrow and everything. But yeah, I'm going to be doing 11:15 to I think 3:30 or 3. I gotta look again what it is, or 3:15. It's one of those. It's one of those hours, I think. But besides that, I did get a look at my new schedule. Not for this upcoming week, which starts on Sunday, which I'll be off on. But for the following week, basically the week, which is the last week of my mom's first semester for her job. Basically, it's the end of the first half of the school year. Before she takes winter break, Christmas break, if you will. And from what I could tell, the schedule goes like this, and this is kind of unique in its own way. But the way the schedule goes is it's kind of like this. Basically, this is how the schedule is. A week from tomorrow, unless they change that too, a week from tomorrow I do 12 to 4:45, which means I'll still be able to catch my bus again, which is good. Then, on top of that, basically, on top of that, the next day, which is Sunday, of course, once again, just like this upcoming Sunday, I'll be off. But then what's interesting is I kind of go back a little bit to what I used to have before we started picking up again because of the holidays. Long story short, my schedule, like I said, not for this upcoming week, but for the following week, which is the last week of my mom's current first half of the school year, basically, like I said, a week from Saturday, a week from tomorrow, I do 12 to 4:45. Then, just like usual, Sundays I'll be off. But then, here's what's kind of unique about this. So, on the 11th, because a week from tomorrow is the 10th, right? So on the 11th, basically, on the 11th, I'll be off. And then on the 12th, I'll be off. Yeah, I'll be off on the 12th as well. And I do apologize if I seem a little distracted. Like I said, got a bit of the cold. I wouldn't say cold, but basically a bit of the sniffles thanks to the cold weather. And also I got off work and, was kind of tired. So I do apologize if I'm stumbling on my words. And kind of trying to figure out what I'm going to say next. I do apologize for that. But like I said, basically on the 12th, Monday, December 12th, I will also be off. And that's the first time I've had back-to-back days unless I request them. But then what's interesting is I go in on Tuesday, do a regular 11 to 6, no problem with that. But then I'm off on Wednesday, which is the 14th. And it's, again, kind of a surprise to me a little bit. I mean, not really, because I'm always off on Wednesdays, but to have 3 days off in a row, it's kind of a surprise. But again, I think it's mainly because of the fact that we have a lot of people, we've been hiring a lot of people on board to work with us as cashiers and other things. So yeah, basically they have to switch some schedules around. I mean, one lady that works here in Newman, I don't know if she lives around the area, but basically she has experience, obviously, in retail. You could tell, because they got her in a position of, hey, she could be like maybe an ETL in the future, or a team leader in the future, or whatever. Like I said, basically she found out that her schedule got switched up too. She found out that instead of coming in basically like around 2 o'clock tomorrow, she's going to come in a little later. So again, this has to deal with the fact that we're hiring on new people to help out, not just for the holidays, but probably permanently. Now, basically, what does this mean for my channel? Well, next week, nothing's really going to change that much, as far as I know. Nothing's really going to change that much that I know of, unless they adopt the philosophy of, hey, we're kind of slow, we don't really need this person right now, let's just tell them to stay home and blah, blah, blah. I don't think that's going to happen. This is retail, This is retail and everything. They rarely do that. But yeah, next week's not going to really change too much, except for Friday, a week from today, where I'm doing 10 to 5, but that's about it. And, we just go from there. How does it affect my channel? Well, here's what's interesting, okay? So somehow, what I'm going to do, because the way the bus drops me off is I get a little time to myself, half hour, hour and a half, whatever the case is, right? So here's how it's going to work. Just like last year, I tried to get some content uploaded to my channel, and I think I even did it the year prior. I tried to get some content uploaded to my channel and everything. And hold on for a sec. Hold on. Like I said, I tried to get some content uploaded to my channel and basically what I did is I would set them to premiere within the 2 weeks that my mom was off. So knowing that she's going to be off on the 16th, or at least that's her last day, and officially the 17th is when she starts her vacation, which is a Saturday, I'm going to start basically uploading some content, whether it's game content or whatever, for you guys to enjoy for the next couple of weeks after that, until she goes back. I don't know when she's going to go back. I'm assuming it's going to be the first Monday of the new year, and we'll see about that. She might even take that first Monday of the new year off. Well, I wouldn't say the first Monday of the new year, but basically because they got to give them at least a week. So we'll see what happens. I mean, if she goes back on the 2nd, it's going to be like, well, wait a minute. She just celebrated New Year's. Now you want it back? So whatever the case is, she might just take that first Monday. If it is the 2nd, she might take that day off or something. Maybe even Tuesday, who knows. But whatever the case is, I'm going to be uploading and scheduling videos, I would say, just to play it safe, up till at least the 3rd, if you will, the 3rd of January, just in case, to see what happens. If it's a little later than that, I'll let you guys know. But that's basically what the plan is going into December. Basically upload content like I'm doing now, but then also upload and schedule content for the upcoming weeks while my mom's on vacation, starting the 16th, and mainly start having them premiere around the 19th or so. But yeah, I just wanted to let you know what's going on with my channel, with my schedule changing for the next couple of weeks and how that's going to affect it. Let me know what your thoughts are down below, and I'll talk to you later. I am now home, guys.